live on Instagram, live on Facebook. If I'm looking down, it's because I'm looking at Facebook. If I'm looking up, it's because I'm looking at Instagram. Okay, so, hi. LJ Regine here from RoxFire Fitness. I decided this week I was going to do an Ask Me Anything. I really wanted to have a better way to connect with my followers to ask me anything about fitness, CrossFit, training, performance. So I had a bunch of people sort of submit some questions to me. I talked to a bunch of you face-to-face just to kind of get a feel. Hey guys, what's going on? I'm waving to you on Instagram. It's a little bit better on Facebook at RoxFire Fitness, but if I'm looking down, it's because I'm looking at the Instagram or the Facebook feed. So just kind of why I'm like in two different places. So anyways, a little bit about me. Been coaching and training for about 6 years now. I'm opening my gym, RoxFire Fitness, in January. I can't reveal the exact location just yet because we're still kind of working through the lease negotiations, but I just took on 2 personal training clients, so if you want to get started now, please feel free to reach out to me. But I'm trying to get more in touch with all of my supporters out there, potential customers and clients, and basically anybody who just like wants to talk about fitness, wants to talk about training, CrossFit, anybody. And so I put this Ask Me Anything together to kind of just answer some questions from you guys. So if you end up having any fitness related questions, hello. If you have any fitness related questions you want to ask me during this, feel free to shoot them to me. I will try to get to them at the end. But I picked like 10 questions that I thought were really, really good questions that I thought I could just kind of help answer, you know? And as a caveat, I do want to say that these are my opinions and my opinions only, nobody else's. I'm not right about everything. I think with fitness, there are many, many ways that you can get to where you want to go with your fitness. I, for me, have found what works best is CrossFit, so that's why I love it, I do it, and I recommend it to everybody that I know. Not necessarily going to be the right thing for you. It's the right thing for me and many people that I know. So maybe by talking to you guys a little bit today, there might be something that you'll learn about CrossFit you didn't know. So when I initially pitched this idea, people were sending me questions that kind of had to do with both working out in sort of like a Globo gym setting and also the CrossFit gym. So some of the questions might be geared towards both of those things. Totally fine. So funny, Instagram, hilarious. I just feel like really weird, like I'm looking at 2 different cameras. It's actually kind of amazing. Okay, so here's the deal. We're gonna get started with our first question. First question is, what is the advantage of going to a professional gym over a community center gym or a place of that sort? That's a really great question. So I like to think of it like this, right? Like when you are going to a professional gym versus a community gym, like let's say LA Fitness versus YMCA. At LA Fitness, you're essentially paying for amenities. You're basically paying to be able to go into the sauna, to into the steam room, to have probably towel service, which we're not going to get at YMCA. Well, I think you should have towel service at YMCA. It's been a long time since I've been to one. Shout out to the YMCA in Greenwich Village from college. Woohoo. But that's pretty much it, because essentially what you're paying for when you pay for a gym membership is you're paying to basically go, you're paying to use their equipment, and that's it. So 30, 60 bucks a month, totally fine, right? The problem is, and I've been there because I used to, when I was in college, right before college is when I sort of started working out, and then college, then after college, I really had no idea what I was doing, right? And obviously I enlisted help from some friends. YouTube wasn't a thing yet, it is a thing now. But I kind of learned how to do things from reading online articles, observing other people at the gym, and I didn't really make that much of a gain to my fitness until I actually started doing CrossFit. So therefore, I went from paying $30 to $60 a month to basically paying $180 to $200 a month. New York City, sometimes some places you would pay up to $250 a month, and that's just basically based on where you are. But what I got from that is I was working with people who were professionals, working with people who had studied training, who had been certified, who had worked with clients, and I found that by working with those people, not in just like a one-on-one setting, but in a group setting, because like who can really afford personal training unless you're rolling a dough? I found the biggest sort of gains, the biggest sort of confidence boost, and just really felt like I was actually doing something with my fitness. So what I would say is the real advantage here is if you can leapfrog over a community gym center, a professional gym, and get yourself into a CrossFit gym or a micro gym, right? Give it a try. Just try it out. You might be surprised that you might learn something. Hey, if you only do it for a couple of months, cool, but you might learn something by working with some fitness professionals that you can then take back to your training. But I would recommend that number one thing I would recommend. Okay, question 2. Let's see what we got here. As a newcomer, how did you get over the intimidation factor of working out in a busy gym? Well, or how do you get over the intimidation factor of working out in a busy gym? Okay, so this is a question that's actually really geared more towards like a Globo gym, but it actually works in both situations, whether you're talking about working out in a Globo gym or you're talking about being at a CrossFit gym. It's super, super, super intimidating to walk into a new gym. Doesn't matter if it's the community gym, LA Fitness, or RoxFire Fitness, aka CrossFit. It's intimidating. Doesn't matter any way that you slice it. But the biggest thing that I found, and this is especially true in a CrossFit gym, is everyone in that room, including yours truly, including the coach, started just like you, walking into that gym, no idea what they're doing, not knowing anybody. So there's so much empathy and respect for the fact that you're there doing that you should know that people are excited that you're there, because you're an additional person that they can get to know, that they can lean on for support, and vice versa. You have now walked into a room with 10, 15, maybe 20 people who all were where you were at one point, including the person that's going to be helping you, the coach. So I think when you walk in for the first time to any sort of micro gym experience, just know that everyone in that room was just like you. And everyone, might even be from the most fit person in the room, might be going into a workout that day where it's not necessarily to their strengths. They're going to try something new they haven't tried before. And I'm just understand there's so much empathy, and how awesome is it? Like, how awesome is it for you that you're there and you're not sitting at home on the couch, right? Eating a bag of Doritos, drinking some Mountain Dew, watching Netflix. You're here at the gym trying. So just know that there's so much empathy there. Now, when we're talking about like a Globo gym specifically, or we're talking about like a situation that you're gonna walk into where you've got like dude bros, and the dude bros are like lifting as much weight as dude bros can possibly lift, right? Okay, maybe there's a little bit more ego there. Those guys are like super lame anyways, and you don't really want to be hanging out with them. So I can't speak to much about, that sort of situation, but just know going into a gym is super intimidating. Might as well walk into a gym like a CrossFit affiliate where you're going to have a group of people who totally get where you're at and want to be there to support you. So that would be that question. All right. Hope that's a good answer. We're going to move on to the next question. All right, let's see. What are hardcore gym goers' biggest pet peeve with newcomers? Okay, so what are hardcore gym goers' biggest pet peeves with newcomers? Okay, well, here's the thing about that. It actually ties into my last question pretty well, because honestly, the thing that me as somebody who works out a lot, is in the gym all the time, I don't have any sort of annoyance from new people, except if they come in and they've got a massive, massive ego. That's the only thing that annoys the crap out of me. You could have been a Division I athlete, that's awesome, come into the gym, and you're just like, yeah, I know what I'm doing, I'm good at this. And it's like, well, it's like your first class, just like relax, slow your roll there. Because for me, personally, there are workouts that I do, that I write, or that I go in, and I'm like, these don't play to my strengths. These are like nothing to do with anything that I'm good at, and it makes me super nervous. And even though the expectation might be, oh, that guy's gonna rock it, I don't know, like I might be having an off day, whatever, but I still, it doesn't matter how experienced you are, like I'm gonna accept any level of coaching that I possibly can get, because essentially that's what I'm paying for when I'm in that sort of micro gym experience. So if you can walk into the gym and you can be super humble, super open to coaching, that's gonna go a long, long way. So that's what I would say, like a pet peeve of mine would be like if someone's new in the gym and they're just like acting like they totally like know everything and they got it. Really, really fast, at 3, 2, 1, go, it's gonna be a very, very different story. So just go in there and be humble as you possibly can be. Now, if we're talking about the Globo gym, okay, you walk into a Globo gym as someone who is a coach and a trainer, it really bothers me when I see people doing really bad form, but that's just the coach in me. So like, I don't know if there's anything that I can really do about that, because I'm not gonna walk up to a perfect stranger, because there's no other way that you're gonna look except like an asshole if you walk up to a perfect stranger being like, hey, by the way, your squat kind of sucks. And, you know, like I coach CrossFit, like I'm like a trainer and shit. And like, you know, like it's just not a good look. So what I would say in sort of a more, or like a Globo gym setting is just like, again, just like with the last question, just tune that shit out. Like most of the people like have no idea what they're doing or what they're talking about anyway. So just like forget all of that, right? Again, come on down, my gym, any local CrossFit affiliate. If, by the way, you're watching this and you're like, oh, this guy sounds really awesome and like he's cool and like I want to train with him, awesome, shoot me a message. I want to get you guys looped into RoxFire Fitness. Again, I'm opening up in January in Fort Lauderdale. I'm wearing my Florida t-shirt just to remind everybody where I am located. And we're just about to, we actually got approved for our name for our affiliation. So I can't officially use CrossFit yet in marketing, but for all intents and purposes, we are opening a CrossFit gym. We are branding as fitness. We are RoxFire Fitness, and we are doing an Ask Me Anything. All right, so I'm just gonna check in right now and see how this live stream is progressing. Awesome, very cool. Nobody's watching, but that's awesome, because there's a first time for everything. I'm gonna reshare this. So by the time that you're actually watching this now, you will be watching it. You don't know that no one's watching this, right? Until you actually watch this. And then I'll be like, you watched it. So you know that no one was watching it live. All right, let's go to the next question. All right, let's see what we got here. Okay. Let me take a sip here, just like a little drink. I've got my WWE SummerSlam John Cena cup, as you can see. Okay, let's talk supplements. What supplements do you recommend for CrossFit? Well, that, my friends, is a great question. Actually, you know what? I just want to double check one thing on my Facebook page just to make sure like this is all sort of working the way that I want it to. Oh, one person is now watching. I've got one person watching me. Hi, one person that's watching me. Thank you for joining. I was just making a joke saying that no one knows that no one's watching until they actually watch it. So I can say that someone's watching me. We're moving on to the next question. My computer's working astronomically slow because it's probably processing like a million things right now. Okay, so anyways, what supplements do you recommend for CrossFit? Let's talk about this. So for CrossFit, there's really only 3 substances that like literally have been scientifically tested and literally have results, right? This is a sales and marketing game. That there are people out there that have made these supplements and all they're basically going to do is be like, this works, this is the next big thing, blah, 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 right? And this is something that we're gonna kind of touch back on as I go a little bit longer here, but there's really a couple core principles that work for any sort of like weight training, your diet loss, you want to tone up, trim up, and you want to burn some fat and build some muscle. There's really only like a few things that actually work. So try to avoid all the sort of junk science that kind of comes your way. But here are the 3 things that actually do work. Number 1, Protein powder, whey protein powder. So basically within whey protein powder, obviously it's a great way to reach your caloric or macronutrient goals, but basically what makes up protein powder, or what's in protein powder, are what's called BCAAs, branched chain amino acids. So if you kind of break protein powder down, or protein down, it's basically made up of these amino acids. And these amino acids, simply put, are the building blocks for muscle protein synthesis, or basically muscle growth. So they've been shown to improve muscular recovery from exercise, improve muscle retention during weight loss, improve muscle gains when combined with resistance exercise, and then obviously reduce muscle soreness and improve your recovery. So, and that's just basically, I'm not gonna sit here and name the specific BCAAs, but just know that that's what they have been shown to do. And you can find protein powder that has these specific BCAAs in them. Not all protein powders do, but protein itself is made up of BCAAs. So I think now what's happened is people have started branding things as this has BCAAs, when it always did, but now it's just that sort of thing that people, it's like a buzzword. People are like, oh, BCAAs, I gotta use those, right? So protein powder, BCAAs, perfect. Awesome. And the last thing that I would recommend is creatine. It's one of the most widely researched sports supplements. It has a reputation for improving your performance in high intensity exercise, especially with interval training specifically. Basically, it's a naturally occurring substance in our body, and we basically burn it off when we do short bursts of exercise. And it helps give us energy for those bursts of exercise, right? So by taking a creatine supplement, what you can essentially do is replenish yourself, replenish your creatine, and give you a little bit more to work with as you're continuing to go, especially if you're doing a longer workout, right? So it's great to drink before your workout, it's great to drink during your workout. So essentially, protein powder, BCAAs, creatine, those three substances are basically the three substances that have been tested the most scientifically. They're backed up, that I would recommend anyone who's doing any sort of physical fitness program, whether that's CrossFit, whether that's weightlifting, strongman, powerlifting, whatever it is, those three things you can't go wrong with. Beyond that, honestly, there's not really a ton of stuff out there that I would say has been proven to work and has science sort of behind it. All right? Cool. Good talk. All right, let's go to our next question. All right. Is there a way to not train, eat healthy, and still look good? Okay, so this is a very interesting question. Is there a way to not train, eat healthy, and still look good? So, sure. So what you could essentially do is change your diet to a really, really, really healthy diet, and just by your natural output of athleticism, whether that's just your natural day, right? You could, in theory, lose some body fat. You could burn some body fat off. It might take you longer than if you were training, but in theory, you could look good by just eating healthy. I think the problem with this question is more the paradigm of which the question is being asked. I think, we always, as people, want a silver bullet. We want to be able to do the least amount of work for the most amount of gain. And the cool thing about CrossFit is you essentially only really have to work out an hour a day to get the return, to get that benefit that you want to see. However, there is no magic trick to weight loss, to diet, to burning fat and building muscle. There's no magic that's out there. It's just basic principles, right? Eating well, working out, doing some sort of physical fitness program, okay? Getting enough sleep, 6 to 8 hours of sleep per night. Making sure that you're doing proper mobility and recovery so that you can flush out the soreness in your muscles. And it's just those things combined with just a positive attitude and a good mindset, that's what's going to help you look good, all right? So if what you're really after is looking good, and listen, we all want to look good. One of the reasons why I love CrossFit is my body has never looked better. But that's just one of the side benefits to what I'm doing. And I think, we're like, is there a pill that I can take? Is there something that I can do that's just gonna give me those instant results? And unfortunately not. It's gonna take work, right? But if you work little by little over time, you're gonna get to where you wanna go. You just have to stick with it, right? And what I'll say is, come join me, come train with me, come work out with me. I'll help you get to where you wanna go. But no silver bullet in, just like getting as fit as possible. Hello, people. Hello, Instagram folks. There's no silver bullet. We're having a conversation here about, if you're just joining us, we're having a conversation. The question was, is there a way to not train, eat healthy, and still look good? The answer is kind of like, no, there's not really a way to do that. So let's go on to the next question. All right. I'm actually Facebook Living this, so you can see actually the questions on Facebook. Okay, next question is, so we're going to wrap this up soon, so I'm going to try to get through these a little bit faster. If you can't yet do a push-up or a pull-up, what can I do? All right, great question. So with push-ups and pull-ups, when you come into the gym, there is this thing that we do as fitness professionals. It's called scaling, all right? So if I should be able to, as a strong human being, do at least 10 push-ups unbroken at the very least. And I should be able to do 3 pull-ups unbroken at the very least. And when I may say that, I mean being able to fully pull my chin up to the bar, whether it's underhand like a chin-up or overhand like a pull-up, right? Fully do that. Can I just tell you something that my dog is being really obnoxious right now? So he doesn't realize, he maybe thinks I'm talking to somebody and I'm not. Come on, Jack. He's like, oh, you must be talking to somebody. So I basically put him in the bedroom. Jack, look at all the people in Facebook land. Yes, say hello. You're like, oh, I'm missing out. Something's happening and I'm not a part of it. We're talking about push-ups and pull-ups, Jack. So very, very exciting things here. Okay, so let's talk. So again, you want to be able to do at least 10 push-ups and 3 pull-ups, right? Now, you're not going to basically get these by just jumping up on the bar and being like, I'm going to do a pull-up, and then just keep trying the same thing and it not working for you, right? What you need to do is scale it down appropriately, all right? So for example, for me, if I want to do a push-up, right, I want to try to take away as much of my body weight as possible, because essentially what I'm doing is pushing my body weight away from me. So, case in point, right now, I could use this chair right here, right? We've got this chair. Boom. I'm going to get into a push-up position. I'm going to bring my chest down to the chair and then push myself back up. This is so much easier than working from the floor because I'm using the chair to support a lot of my body weight. I've taken a lot of the tension off of my muscles so that I can actually complete the movement. Same thing with pull-ups. You're going to want to get something like a band. You can do some banded pull-ups. You can do some jump up to negatives, or you can work with ring rows. Again, taking a set of rings, you can actually let the rings hold a lot of the weight so that you can just work about a percentage of your body weight to do that motion of pulling yourself to an object, right? All these questions can be answered by working with a coach, somebody that you know and trust, that's a fitness professional, that'll help you get to where you want to go. Now, the second part of this question, though, is if you want something, you've got to work on it every day. You've got to take time every single day to work through, maybe not every day, but every other day, at least 3 to 5 times a week, work on your weaknesses, right? Work on something that you know you're not good at. If you really want pull-ups, you should probably be doing a pull-up or a push-up program 3 to 5 times per week. If, in fact, that is something that you do want, while you're out there watching this, come talk to this guy. Send me a DM. I've got a really great pull-up and push-up program that you could do 3 to 5 times a week to help you. Slide right into my DMs or send me a message, whatever it is, on Facebook. We're on Instagram, we're on Facebook, we're all these places, right? I'll help you get pull-ups and push-ups like that. It's just something you have to work at, and there's a really great program that I know that'll help you with that. All right. moving along. All right, next question is, Jack, you whining is not going to speed this process up. How do I increase my metabolism? Okay, this is another question that I think is one of those like mind frame questions, right? Being in the right sort of paradigm to ask this question. Now, I can sit here and list all the things I tell you that can speed up your metabolism, right? They're going to say eat smaller meals throughout the day. Drink caffeine. They're going to say do work out, right? All of these things are true, but by themselves, these things don't actually, as a whole, speed up your metabolism. Which is the question here is not necessarily how do I increase or speed up my metabolism. You're essentially asking, what you're really asking is how do I burn fat, right? People who say they have a slow metabolism probably tend to have a lot more body fat on them, and then they're just like, oh, well, I have a slow metabolism. That's what it is. Okay, but then they Google and they're like, well, how do I increase my metabolism? Unfortunately, there's no, again, silver bullet that's going to increase your metabolism. It's the aggregation of marginal gains, like I was talking about earlier. And these are just hard truths that you just have to know. If you do all of these things, right? If you do a high intensity workout, if you make sure you're eating a well-proportioned meal or you have a well-proportioned diet, you stand up more, you drink, green tea and caffeine to give you a little extra rev in the morning, you get a good night's sleep, right? Replace maybe some cooking fats with some coconut oil, right? There's all these little things will add up over time. But nothing is going to help you get the shape that you want to be in and get the body that you want, but hard work. And that's what I'm excited about with opening my gym, with opening RoxFire Fitness, is we're gonna, my tagline is train bold and live wild, because I want you to come in every day knowing that your ultimate goal, whether that's weight loss, whether that's muscle building, whether you just want to be functionally fit for your life, coming in with that goal and knowing that if you put that hour in every day, you're going to reach that goal. That's what we're after. All right? So again, no silver bullet to increasing the metabolism, little things you can do, but it's all of the other stuff, right, besides just training that are going to help make the difference. All right, next question. What we got? We got a couple more questions here. We're almost done. We're almost rounding the 30-minute mark. Here we go. What is the best way to diet? Counting calories or macros? What is the best way to diet? Counting calories or macros? Okay, so this is also a good question. A lot of misinformation surrounding this question as well. Counting calories, right? Okay, so the theory goes like if I burn more calories in a day than I physically eat, I will therefore lose weight. Okay, sure. But if you end up eating like a diet of pizza, right? Maybe you have 1,500 calories of pizza, and that's how you're eating for the day, and you burn 2,000 calories. Okay, are you going to get the body and the feeling in your body that you're looking for from doing that? No, because we've got three sort of, calories are made up of basically three different macronutrients. We've got carbs, we've got protein, and we've got fat. Carbs are our body's preferred source of fuel, right? So our bodies, for energy, want to burn off carbs immediately. We've got protein. They're basically the building blocks of muscle for us. And then we've got fats. So fats do a bunch of little things. They actually, if you end up if you are lacking in carbs, they're going to help be an additional source of energy. They're also used to form cholesterol and fatty acids, and then they also help your body by ensuring the proteins do their right job. They insulate your organs, and they act as messengers via hormones and neurotransmitters. So fats actually, it gets a bad rap, but it's actually important. However, if you're after the body of your dreams, you're not going to get the same results if you eat like a totally high fat, low carb, low protein diet than if you eat a balanced diet that has the right amount of carbs, fat, and protein, right? If you're looking for actual muscular, good-looking physique, then making sure that the macronutrients are right is way more important than just calories in, calories out, because you can totally have shitty calories. What's up, Andrew O'Duden? I've got a Facebook stream going and an Instagram stream going. And Andrew O'Duden just joined. Hello. Okay, so that's the question was, what's the best way to diet, counting calories or macros? So that's really the simple answer. It's really the macros over just calories in, calories out. I mean, if I could have a great body by just basically eating pizza all the time, I mean, I'd be a rich person. I would love that. How amazing would that be? Fortunately, it just doesn't work like that. So if you're after a good body, you have to make sure that while you want to burn more calories than you take in, it's the type of calories that really matter and make the difference. All right. Next question is, dun, dun, dun. All right. Sorry, guys, we're just moving a little slow. Okay, here we go. How often should I be training without overtraining? Great question. So this question depends on a ton of factors, right? If you are a professional athlete and you are training to, I don't know, go to the CrossFit Games, or maybe you're a professional strongman, maybe you're a power lifter, whatever, you know that in order for you to be successful at what you do, it's gonna be about your workouts, but unlike I answered a few questions back, it's gonna be about a million other things, including, but not limited to, how well you're sleeping, how well you're fueling your body, how well you're recovering, are you mobilizing, are you taking care of your soreness, making sure you flush it out of your system, right? All of these little things are going to help you get where you wanna go. Oh my God, all right, Andrew says, I'm at law school, but I don't have the facilities to do a lot of metcons, but we have bumper plates and platforms. Any advice for finding a good Ollie lifting program? Andrew, I will get back to your question. I'm gonna finish answering this question that I've got here on my Facebook Live, but I will answer your question. So, training without overtraining. So, if you're an experienced athlete and that's what your ultimate goal is, then yes, absolutely, you can overtrain, but the chances that you will overtrain if you're taking care of all those other things are basically you're mitigating that. And I'll say the same thing to the regular person that's going to the gym, right? If you are basically able to carve out 3 hours a week, right? You're gonna come to the gym 3 different days a week. If you're able to carve out that time and you go to the gym, however, you get a shitty night's sleep the night before. You get a shitty night's sleep that night because you're not prioritizing your sleep. You're not eating well. After you work out, you're like, I'm gonna go slam some pizza and some beers. Awesome. You're super sore. You come in the next day, you don't do any foam rolling, you don't do anything to flush out the lactic acid in your system, then yes, you very, very easily could be overtraining just like that with even working out three days a week, right? I've seen a lot of athletes push themselves, but they're not committed. They're committed to coming into the gym and doing the work, but they're not committed to all the other stuff around it. So this, again, is a personal thing. If you have the time and the energy to train more than 3 to 5 times a week, awesome. But what's gonna make the difference of training versus overtraining is, again, all that little stuff around it. So I got a question on Instagram, which was, I'm at law school, I don't have the facilities to do a lot of metcons, but we have bumper plates and platforms. Any advice for finding a good Ollie lifting program? Andrew, literally do a quick Google search for an Ollie lifting program. Again, it's gonna specifically depend on what you're trying to do, right? Are you just trying to stay fit? If you're just trying to stay fit, like keep the fat off and have some muscle on your body, you can do an Ollie program and accomplish that, but I don't know what your specific goal is with this Ollie program. I will tell you though, if you are at law school, you don't have the facilities to do a lot of metcons, you have bumper plates and platforms, there's a million things that you could do. You're trying to lift big weight. Okay, awesome. Andrew, you're always trying to lift big weight and get huge. I love it. You can do that. That doesn't mean that you can't hit a metcon here or there. You don't even have to move. You don't even have to go outside. You don't have to run anywhere. You can do squats. You can do push-ups. You can basically use that barbell. Put that barbell on your back, slap 135 pounds on it, throw that Moby song, Flower on, bring Sally up, bring Sally down. You can sweat your ass off without moving anywhere. So you can definitely do an Ollie program. Google, find one online, but don't limit yourself to just that. If you want to burn weight, if you want to keep like that physique that I know that you want, that you've always been after, you got to make sure you get that cardio in there. All right. So next question. Oh my God, I can't believe I've been talking for 36 minutes. Like whatever. Alrighty. I'll just keep talking all day. Like, whatever. All right, here we go. Oh, actually, I think we're almost at our final question. No, we are at our final question. Woohoo! What are easy workouts to do if you don't have time to go to the gym, like if you have to work out at home? All right. So again, a lot of the questions that I've been that have been asked today, there's a specific paradigm that they're being asked from. What are easy workouts to do if you don't have time to go to the gym? If you really want to get a workout in, it's not going to be easy. All right. If you really want to make the change and see the results that you want, doing an easy workout is not going to do the trick for you. Like if you have to work out at home is the question here. So here's the thing, guys. It's all about, hey Cody. Cody just joined about 37 minutes into my live stream. Glad you could make it on time. Very punctual people here on Instagram. Yes, hi, I'm waving to you. Okay, so easy workouts. Here's the thing, guys. If you really want to see the change in your body, you want to lose fat, you want to build the body that you've always seen in your mind but you never knew how to get, you have got to prioritize it. And I don't even just mean like you want to look like a fitness model, right? Maybe you have kids, you want to be fit for your kids. Maybe you want to be able to go out on the weekend and like go skiing. You want to go snowboarding. Or if you're down here in Florida, you want to go run on the beach. You want to go kayaking, canoeing, whatever it is. If you don't prioritize your physical fitness for yourself, if you don't say, yes, I've got a job, I've got kids, I've got a husband or wife, I've got friends, but if you're not putting that focus and that emphasis as well on your physical fitness, then I can't help you. No one can help you because you yourself have to prioritize it. Right? You have to say, this is important to me. And not only is it important to you because you want to look good naked, right? Which is also very important to us. But the more physically fit that we are, the more healthy we're going to be throughout our entire lives. I was actually talking to my grandmother the other day. I totally forget if she's like 89 or 90. She's like really, really up there, right? Super independent. She's on her own. And she said to me recently that she joined at the senior center a fitness program. She's now able to bend down and pick things up. She's got more energy during the day. She's like, I can't believe that I didn't do this sooner. And this is why. This is really the reason why I'm so passionate about fitness and helping other people find their fitness is because I want you to have a good quality of life. And if you are not working out, not doing anything, not prioritizing that for yourself, you're not going to have as good a quality of life. You're not going to be able to keep up with your kids or your grandkids or your friends. You're going to be more susceptible to having a weaker immune system, to getting sick. We don't want that. We want to be healthy people. And that's what's so awesome about CrossFit. That's what's so awesome about any sort of functional fitness program is that it's not just bodybuilding, which is awesome. Love bodybuilding, which is all about sculpting. You're an artist, right? Doing CrossFit is about being a healthier person, making healthier choices, right? Oh my God. Don't tell me that I have not been audible this entire time in my video because I will kill everybody. No, I'm pretty audible on... Hold on. Let me just double check this. If I've been inaudible, then this has been a waste of time for everybody. Let's just double check. No, it says my microphone is active and whatever. All right, I'll double check the tape after. Okay, so if you are unable to basically prioritize this for yourself, then you're literally not going to get anywhere you want to go. And now my computer's frozen. This is really fantastic. Fantastic. Okay. I think I'm frozen. I think that's why I'm inaudible, as I've become frozen. So I'm going to end the Facebook stream. Thank you so much for joining me.